Lawin Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.
All right, good evening, everyone, and good morning to all our viewers in the Philippines, and welcome to episode 11 of season 6 for Be Bold, Why Not? You are watching us live on Facebook, YouTube, stream.lawin.live, and twitch.tv, and we are brought to you by Lawin Media Network. And if you miss our live show, you can listen to our podcasts on Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and a lot more. And I just want to give a little bit of an introduction again, or just why be bold, right? We ask ourselves, why be bold? Well, because all throughout our lives, we go through changes, we go through stages, and we take a bold step in every season of our life. We take the courage to go on and just take that extra step or leap of faith so we can go through life in a good way, or we can respond to things in life, because we don't make decisions if we don't have the courage to do so. If we don't have the boldness, then we would be stuck. Remember when you were a baby, right? That baby should learn how to take the first step, but without any humps or any hesitation, that baby will take that step, because that baby is not exposed to any chaos or anything, any challenges in life yet. But as we grow older and we learn about life, we have to make those bold decisions. We have to take that extra step. We have to take that extra leap of faith, and it takes courage and it takes boldness. So why be bold? Why not? Right? Without boldness and courage, again, we won't grow in this life. Anyhow, we will continue on featuring our Lawin family as we have done in the previous episodes of this month, since it's our anniversary month. So tonight we have another Lawin expert, one of our anchor woman. Actually, she's also one of co-hosts of Attorney Eileen sometimes in her legal treats. She does our Lawin Weekly News. So she's also behind the scene of Lawin.news. So she's a very important person for Lawin Media Network. I am so proud and honored to have on the show, and we'll learn about her story. I know that you'll be inspired, just like our very own Krisha last week that she inspired every one of you, I'm very sure that you will be inspired by Neska as well. So let's get in the show. Neska Centina, come on in. There she is. Oh, hi. Hi, Neska.
Hi, MJ. It's nice to finally share the screen with you again.
Yeah.
Um, Good evening, Texas first, and good morning, Philippines.
Yes, magandang umaga to all our viewers in the Philippines. I know you've been waiting every week to watch our show and I'm very happy for your support and I'm very grateful. So maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Now let's focus on Neska tonight. I know that she's so used to interviewing some of our featured individuals in our columns on Lawin.news, right? Now she's the one being interviewed. I know that Neska also has a beautiful story to share to each one of you. But of course, let's get to know her first. So, where are you from in the Philippines, Neska?
Oh, I am from Negros Occidental. I'm from Bacolod, Ilongga, proud Ilongga.
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah. So why don't you greet our mga Ilonggas and Ilonggos out there?
Hi, may aga sa tanan ng mga Ilonggo kag mga Ilongga diri sa Bacolod kag sa Negros Occidental. I know there are a lot of people there also in Texas that are based here in Bacolod then.
Mhm.
So yeah, good morning. Mayong aga sa inyo tanan.
Okay, yes, yes. And I want to greet also Bataqueños, all the Ilocanos out there, because I'm from Batac, Ilocos Norte. So, naimbag nga bigat yu amin. Okay, I spoke my dialect as well. But anyhow, Nesca, so how many siblings do you have?
I only have one sibling.
Mhm.
I'm a year older than her. I have a sister. She's also based in Manila.
Okay. Yeah, but ang tipid naman ng magulang, no? And I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Anyway, so 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 being like so you have a sister. Do you feel
Mm.
like you're missing like the image of a brother or something
Yeah,
growing
yeah.
up?
Sometimes I wish that I have a brother or I have an older sister, because I think that I can't be an older sister and I can't be the eldest because there are a lot of responsibilities that comes with being the eldest of the family. So yeah, sometimes I'd like to have a sister also and a brother. But yeah, ako yung ginawa ng Diyos na maging eldest, so wala akong choice.
I know. And you know what? You don't have to be the actual eldest to be the responsible one. There are families out
Yeah.
there that, unfortunately, their elders are not as responsible.
Mm.
Sometimes it happens, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, well, I'm second in the family, but I'm also quite the responsible one. I'm not the eldest, but
Yeah.
sorry, Manong, I'm not putting you on like nothing like that. But anyhow, it's good to be the eldest because you have to learn to be really more responsible at an earlier age. At the same time, you have to model at least, to model what is good and what is right because you are
Yes.
being followed, you are being watched. As they say, action speaks louder than words, right? So
Yes.
is it a challenge for you to take up that role for your younger sister?
Well, hindi naman siguro masyado na that I'm like pressured or
Mhm.
it makes me it parang challenging for me na maging older sister kasi parang my sister is somehow someone that I also look up to kasi parang I think sometimes that she's more mature than me. So
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
so ayun kasi I'm just a year older than my sister. So parang
Oh.
we're just like friends lang na parang
Mhm.
we're just okay, we're fine, parang yeah, we're sisters. Parang hindi ko talaga na feel na I'm the older one. So ayun.
Yeah.
It's just as
Plus, you're
maybe
too
siguro sometimes.
close. Yeah, you're too close in age, only a year older ka pala, so it's not
Yes.
that far. So you're right. You probably treat each other as friends too, because I can
Yes.
relate. Because my boys, they're less than 2 years a gap. Yung gap nila is less than 2 years only. And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
kidding. They're like friends.
Yeah,
So
or like just
sometimes
friends.
the younger one even is the one giving advice to the older one. So it doesn't matter. It's like you are tag teaming in the role that you have. It doesn't matter. Again, as I said, the age doesn't matter when it comes to
Yeah,
maturity. There are
age doesn't
people,
matter.
yeah, age doesn't
Yeah,
matter
yeah.
when it comes to maturity, because there are people out there that are very young, but they just have a like a more mature outlook in life, and it's just what it is. It's reality. So that's good. So as a kid or as growing up, what did you like or what did you do, the most fun thing that you loved doing growing up? Because I know I miss it when our younger days, comparing to the generation now, right? We were more
Yeah,
active, we were
exactly.
more outdoors and everything. So I want to know, in your case, like, I'm a lot older than you, so maybe there's a big difference, also generational gap
Yeah.
and all that. But what did you like or enjoy doing when you were young?
Yeah. Okay, so I belong to the millennial
Uh-huh.
era ako eh. So 90s no. So I'm born 1995. So
Mm-hmm.
siguro first 5 years of my life we were living in a farm.
Uh-huh.
Um because my grandparents are farmers. So yeah, we live in a farm, and then I think the most memorable experience that I had is yung natulog kami sa parang what do you call this? Parang nipa hut, parang
Uh-huh.
bahay kubo. Yeah,
Yes,
the
yes,
bahay
yes.
kubo ng lolo ko. It was one of the most memorable experience na nasa gitna talaga ng ng rice field, sa
Uh-huh.
gitna ng rice field with little supply of water. And then ayun, parang isang balde lang ata, pinagkasya naming tatlo. Ako, yung sister ko, tapos yung another cousin ko. And it's fun walking in the, what do you call this? Yung parang box ng
Mhm.
rice field. There, we walk there, we play there sa rice field
Mhm.
mismo na, and then there are a lot of chickens,
Mhm.
pigs. Because
Mhm.
now we're living in the city na eh. So minsan nagbabakasyon kami
Mhm.
sa farm ng lolo ko when he was still alive. And I think yun yung pinaka-memorable because I realized na sobrang layo pala ng buhay sa farm and then sa city, na parang mas nagustuhan ko pa talaga yung buhay sa farm kung
Mhm.
saan we would just live a simple life.
Mhm.
Kain lang kami,
Mhm.
and then the food we eat are just nasa backyard lang. And
Yeah.
hindi namin kailangan pumunta ng market. If gusto namin kumain ng manok, my lolo would cook us a chicken. He
Uh-huh.
will, yung chicken, mamaya may mainit na tubig na.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
then sometimes,
mhm.
yeah. So, ayun. Sobrang masaya yung experience na yun kasi it was one of the memorable. Kasi we stayed there overnight, and then experience namin, okay, this is how living in a farm is. So, parang ayun, hanggang ngayon, parang gusto ko talagang someday mag-retire siguro sa farm kasi I think that's where I can find peace, and that's where I can find the happiness na yung you will um, just when your food will just be taken from your backyard,
Yeah.
from the chicken is just something those are the things na parang makikita mo lang sa backyard, self-sustainable yun.
Yes, yes. And oh my God, I mean, I can totally relate, because now, not until we come to a different stage in life that we realize how complicated it can be, right? Living in the city, like when we were, because I grew up in the province as well. So it's like everybody's like, oh, I want to go to Manila. I want to go to, because like we're always eyeing to go in bigger cities. Not
Mm.
until we actually live there that we realize, oh my God, province or living in the farm or in the suburbs, it's actually better, because life is simpler and you tend to appreciate all the little things. You
Yeah.
appreciate the joy of being with your friends, just playing patintero or just playing Chinese garter or just playing hide and seek, you tend to appreciate everything that you have, diba? And then you go to Manila and it's like, oh my God, so traffic, it's like polluted and all that. The air is not as fresh and things like those. So now I realize too, I wanted to retire at home. Kasi di ba parang you just, when you come to a stage in your life where what else do you want? I mean, we have reached, probably not that we are rich or anything, we're comfortable, but it seems like you always long to go back to the simple ways of living because that's where you find peace. You're right. You find peace and you breathe fresh air. Oh,
Yeah.
I can totally imagine. You know why? While you were talking, I was actually imagining it. The house in the middle of the rice field, the nipa hut, and all that. I can actually imagine it. So it's so good. You know what, Neska? It's already 8:15. So I think we're gonna go on a short break before we continue chatting with Neska. So see you after a bit.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories. From elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits, I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
All right. You know what? I failed to mention about our game tonight. So I do apologize to all our viewers, but can we show them the mechanics of our game tonight?
How to join the game. Watch the live show and join the conversation. Share your thoughts or experiences by commenting during the show. Like, share, and tag at least 3 friends in the comment section to qualify for a chance to win a prize. Participate actively. The more comments you leave, the higher your chances of winning. All participants will be eligible for the prize. The winner will be selected using the Wheel of Names randomizer.
There you go. So let's see who are viewers that have commented so far. Let's see. Do we have any comments? There you go. We have Rector Julius. Good evening, Mom MJ, watching from Pangasinan. And we have May De Vera. She's tagging her friends. Thank you, May. Thank you, thank you. And of course, we have Daisel Miral Siaton. Good evening, Mom MJ, watching from Pangasinan. We also have May De Vera, looking forward for today's episode. Yes, yes. And we have Don Castillo Alvendia. Good evening, Mom MJ, watching from Posorubio, Pangasinan. And please tag your friends. Ara Rekil Manungria, hello po Ma'am MJ and Ma'am Neska watching from Pangasinan. And we have Alvin Reyes, hello Ma'am MJ, Ma'am Neska watching from LG Water Station of Pangasinan. And we have Julia Reyes, hello Ma'am, good morning. And we have JCC, good day po, good day to you as well. And we have Christine Jane Duterte. Good day. Wow. Good day to you as well. And we have Marilyn Rocapor Narbonita. Good evening, Texas, and Mom Neska watching from Pangasinan. And we have Maria Teresa C. Good morning, Mom MJ. Well, thank you to all of you. And please don't forget to tag your friends. So the lesson there is in life, treasure the simple moments. 'Di ba? Because in the midst of chaos, like when you're living in some dark moments, you tend to go back to the simple ways of living or the simple moments that you tend to appreciate it more. Kaya let's not take things for granted. Let's enjoy the moment. Let's enjoy the simple things. Again, it doesn't matter how much you have, or no material thing can actually really give you the joy Joy is what's important. It's we can be happy temporarily, right? We have pleasure. We enjoy pleasure in the things that life can give, but joy is something that's deeper. And I think those joy that we encounter in life are brought by simple things. You appreciate the beauty of nature. You appreciate the moment you spend with your cousins and your sister. I mean, that's the most important thing. Di ba, Neska?
Yeah, that's right. Especially with my lolo, who's already in heaven. That was
Yeah.
one of the most memorable experience that we had with him. Because we really felt that he really loved and cared for us when he was still alive, and he was such a responsible grandpa to us. So ayun,
Mhm.
yung those moments, I can never partner it with anything in this world. So yun.
Yes, yes, that's true. And I know family is always going to be family. That's given. No matter how far you may go, you may go get out of your birthplace, you may go to different places and all that, you're always going to go back to where you come from, right? We're always going to go back
That's
to
right.
our roots, and that's how I feel. That's how I feel. So I can feel, I can relate with you, because being so far away from my family, I have friends and relatives, and my brother and sister is still back home, and I just want to go home. I just want to go home. If I could, right? If I could come
Yes.
home often, I would. Now let me ask you, grow as a Neska, young Neska and all that, did you have any kind of like talent or hobby that you enjoy doing as well, other than of course playing with your sister, your cousins, but in school? Who was Neska as a student in elementary and high school? Yeah.
Well, Neska, when I was in elementary and high school, parang I'm timid, I'm shy. But when fifth grade came, I realized, and it was actually my fifth grade teacher who discovered that I have the talent of writing and speaking. So
Mm-hmm.
yun, she encouraged me to join school publications,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I joined school publication, that's when I felt home. Kasi
Mm-hmm.
parang dun ko na realize na okay, dito pala ako, para pala ako dito.
Mm-hmm.
I it was um parang life changing dun sa akin kasi
Mm-hmm.
MJ, before kasi parang may mga sa school, 'di ba tinatanong ka, what do you want to be when you grow
Grow
up?
up.
Ano yung
Yeah.
tinatanong mo? Yes. And I would always say na I want to be a doctor, I want to be a pediatrician. Yun yung sinasabi ko back then. But nung sumali ako sa mga school publication, dun ko na-realize na, okay, gusto ko palang maging journalist, gusto ko palang magsulat.
Mm-hmm.
I really
Mm-hmm.
want to write. So when I joined the school publication, you were given tests, a lot of tests. News
Mm-hmm.
writing, feature writing, opinion writing, and also sports. So doon
Mm-hmm.
talaga ako sa sports, doon ako nalagay, and they discovered that I was able to write sports. So yun, surprisingly nga, kasi ako hindi naman ako masyadong mas-sports
Uh-huh.
back then. I only had taekwondo before,
Uh-huh.
but yun lang yung alam ko. Pero ayun, nakasulat ako ng sports na basketball, volleyball,
Mm-hmm.
badminton, a lot of sports. So inaral ko yung sports writing, and then that's when I got my first award. I
Mm-hmm.
won in a competition. So ayun, doon ko na-realize na okay, dito pala ako. Gusto kong maging journalist, gusto kong gawin to for the rest of my life. Yun yung sabi
Mm-hmm.
ko when I was in elementary. So I was so sure when
Yes.
nung nag-grade 6 ako, I was so sure I am going to be a journalist someday. And then tinanong ko mama ko, ano yung course na pwede kong kunin if I want to be a journalist. And then she said mass comm. So elementary pa lang ako, alam na alam ko na magma-mass comm ako upang nung
Uh-huh.
magka-college na ako. So when I was, so yun, nung nasa elementary ako, mas ginanahan ako kasi I was the editor-in-chief din ng school
Mm-hmm.
publication namin.
Mm-hmm.
So, ayun, ginanahan ako. Sabi ko, okay, I found my place in this earth. Sabi ko
Yes,
ng ganito.
yes.
Tapos nung nag-high school ako, dun din, I was exposed to a lot of um, contests and events. I hosted events. Ano pa ba? So, sobrang active ako nung high school ako eh. And newscasting also, nag-newscast na ako, broadcasting. So sabi ko, okay, I'll
Mhm.
really be a journalist someday. So
Yeah.
nung nag-school pub din ako, hindi ko na tinantanan yung school publication. Nag-school pub ako hanggang high school, and then eventually also became the editor-in-chief also ng high school publication namin. So yeah, I was given a scholarship because of that. So parang
Mhm.
ayun, when you were rewarded, when you were rewarded sa mga ginagawa mo, you feel energized, you feel more motivated sa
Mhm.
ginagawa mo, and mas lalong gusto mo pa talagang pagbutihan. So, noon nga, nag-career week kami ng high school, alam ko talaga, mas ko yung kukunin ko talaga.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
so yun, nung college, I got in College of Mass Communication. So,
Mhm.
ayun, and graduated with flying colors kasi parang gusto mo talaga yung ginagawa mo. So everything that yung ginagawa mo, I was able to make it with flying colors. So yun,
Mhm.
yung sabi ko lang, parang yung since elementary, high school, and then nung college ako, it was all planned. Na gusto ko talaga yung ito. Parang I had a straight path na gusto ko talaga
Yes.
yung ito yung
Yes.
gusto kong gagawin. So yun, yung parang
Wow.
that was
I
my life
Yeah.
then.
That's awesome. You know what? I can see myself in you. I didn't write as
Mhm.
much. I was more of a speaker than a writer, but I also did join writing competitions, oratorical competitions. I mean, all those things, but more on speaking talaga ako. So I,
Mm.
like you, I wanted to be a broadcaster. I wanted to be a journalist, just like you. But sometimes life just takes you to a different path, diba?
Yeah.
Because we may have some situations in life that we need to just take a pause and then just prioritize things. So I may have not become as broadcaster or a journalist in the Philippines, but look where I mean, I'm not saying that I'm living my dream. I am definitely living my dream. I'm not making money out of it, but I don't care. I love doing it. Just like what you said. When you enjoy what you're doing, it's not a job. It's not hard because you're doing it from the heart. It's your passion. You're just following your passion, right? So that's why you graduated with flying colors, because you enjoyed what you did. You gave your best and you just evolved to become better and better and better at what you do. Diba? And
Yeah.
every step that you did, every step of the way, you had to be bold. You had to take those moments, like seize the moment, as they say. So you seized it, and here you are. So you graduated, and I know you're now going to be a lawyer too. So let's talk about that later. But having gone through that, I know it seems like you enjoyed it. I can see it in your face. But were there any challenges at all following your dream of going into journalism? Any challenges?
Well, actually, going to journalism, I said it earlier that I was so sure of it. I was so certain that I'm going to be a journalist, a broadcast journalist someday, and that's why I'm here. But siguro along the way, when I was already on it, I'm already on the field, or I'm already in the industry that I'm in now. Sometimes you will really feel lost there. I
Mhm.
mean, that was, I mean, back then I was so sure. Now parang I don't know. Parang I feel so lost na that is this something that I still want to do in the next few years of my life? There will really come a point that you will think na ano ba, tama ba yung pinagagawa ko sa buhay ko? Tama ba
Mhm.
yung mga desisyon na ginagawa ko? I mean, yeah, I think that was one of the setback na parang you will lose all the reasons why you're
Mhm.
doing it. And then suddenly parang hindi mo na alam ano yung gagawin mo sa buhay mo. So so ayun, I think that's one of the setback that I had before. But I'm still here. I'm still here in this industry, and I'm still here in the media, and I still keep going.
Yeah, you know what? We all come to a point in life where we question or we doubt ourselves, right? We ask, am I in the am I really, is this really what I want to do? And we all come through that. And because of those moments, that's when we try to even explore and try to grow. Because the reason we have those moments is because we're not there yet. We have not become the best
Yes.
version of ourselves. And if we don't have those moments and we're just like complacently living it and all that without trying or striving, and there's no growth there. So that's normal. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So anyway, we're going on a second break, and when we come back, we will continue chatting with Neska. See you all after a bit.
Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
All right, we're back. And let's read some more comments from our viewers. We have Jo Maria Esterija, good evening, Texas, watching from Pangasinan. And Ma'am Neska and Maria Teresa C. Of course, she's tagging her friends. Thank you all so much. And then we have Lisa Requilman Ungria. Hello, Ma'am MJ and Ma'am Neska, watching from Dagupan City. Mabuhay ang Lawin. We have May De Vera. She has a question here. What made you pursue law, Neska? So she'll answer that later. Let's see if we have more comments. And we have JCC, and he's tagging her friends or his friends. Jingle Romero, Maribel Romero. Yeah, very good, very good. You're tagging your friends. And please tag those that you haven't tagged yet in previous episodes, okay? So now before we get to Krisha's question, so you finished mass comm journalism from what university, Neska?
Sorry, here in the province, University of Negros Occidental, Recoletos.
Okay, all right. And then after that, you pursued law.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nag-work
So
muna
now,
ako.
yeah. So now the question, we'll get to Krisha's question. What made you pursue law? What shifted? Or it's just, well, mass comm journalism and law, actually, they kind of go hand in hand, right? Because of course, for you to become a good lawyer, you have to be good communicator. You have to be a good writer. I mean, it's needed. It's basic. So, but what actually inspired you to become a lawyer?
Well, actually, it wasn't a childhood dream, as I've said before.
Yeah.
Earlier, I said, iba talaga yung gusto ko. But yun yung ata yung point sa life ko na I felt lost. Ano ba yung gagawin ko?
Mm-hmm.
But I want more from what I'm doing before.
Mm-hmm.
I want more. So I studied law. I studied law school. And I entered law school. So yun. That's when everything happened so fast na nung nag-law school ako. So yeah, to answer your question, what made you pursue law? I think it was when I when I was so lost with my life. So ayun, ayun, I entered law school. Hindi naman ako nag-regret.
Okay. So law, actually going to law school, was the answer to that moment that you were looking for something greater. Because I believe in that we are born to do something greater, right? We are born with a special calling. So although journalism, you can still make a difference in people's lives because you're bringing
Exactly.
you're bringing the news, or you're motivating people, you're just, but then law is, I think, much deeper, because what kind of law, before I say anything, what kind of law do you want to actually specialize in?
Oh, for now, I'm not thinking about kung ano talaga yung specialization. I'm more of a general. But right now, I'm interested in civil law,
Mm-hmm.
family law, yung katulad ng kay Attorney Eileen. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
family law,
Mm-hmm.
marriages, annulment,
Mm-hmm.
yun. Also, land titles and deeds. So,
Okay.
those are my
Why
interests.
those things? Why do you see like a need, or do you see that there's why I want me to say is, like, do you see that there's more need in those aspects, or it's more relevant in what's going on around the world, or in your environment, or in your community? That's why you
Like,
want to pursue those.
well, I think because dun yung interest ko. When I was in law school, I think I got a good grade on those subjects. So that's what I feel na parang doon ako na area. I'm interested in learning those cases. I'm interested on kasi family law kasi parang
Yes. Yeah.
parang it's messy, it's complicated, but when you go back to the law, parang these are still the elements that should be fulfilled or complied with para mag-grant yung mga annulment, yung mga divorce. But yeah, I think those things are my interest. Also, land titles and deeds, especially here in Negros, that we are agricultural area, and sobrang dami talaga ng cases about
Mhm.
land
Yeah.
grabbing, farmers. As I've mentioned earlier, my grandparents were farmers, so
Mhm.
I'm into that. My interest is into that. So yun, I
Well,
think.
that's good, because I think you're gonna represent people that really need your help, and there are people out there that are taken advantage of, diba?
Mhm.
They're taken advantage of, and they need someone like you that will actually make sure that the law will be implemented. I don't know if I would have become a lawyer. I don't know. I would probably not do. The only thing I wouldn't do probably is criminal law. I don't know. I don't feel about it like, yeah. But of course, though, they still need representation, and it takes probably a lot more courage to go into that field of law. Then
Yeah.
you're right, family law and all those things. I mean, you can represent anybody, and it's anyway, I would have become a lawyer too. I think I wanted that too, but otherwise, I mean, not otherwise. But anyhow, I'm here. I'm a nurse, and I'm enjoying it too. It's still in the field or profession of serving, and I think law is the same thing. It's not just about the money, right? That people or
Yeah.
lawyers make good money, but being able to represent people and be the voice, right, of the weak, or people that cannot fight for themselves. That's something that takes a lot of courage, that takes a lot of hard work. So do you feel like, I want to ask you, what do you think it takes for a person to become a good lawyer?
Oh, well, I think well, parang Miss Universe na.
That's right, oh, diba? I'm just preparing you for the next Binibining Pilipinas, who knows? Yeah.
Well, yes. What does it take to become a lawyer? Good lawyer. Siguro when you are mentally stable first.
Mm,
Kapag ikaw, kasi dealing with people who have problems, that's difficult. It's
mhm,
really challenging to deal with people who have problems, especially emotionally, mentally, physically,
mhm, mhm,
and it will really take a toll on you. But I think if you're a good lawyer, you should know how to handle things, especially dealing with those people, and also being good in court,
mhm,
building good connections with your client and also with the court,
mhm,
and ayun, and also being able to represent the client and to make them their interest, further
mhm.
their interest. So I think yun yung those are the things that makes someone a good lawyer.
Yes, I think it's. Do you feel like empathy is much needed in being a lawyer too, because in nursing or in caring for the sick, you need to empathize, right? We don't sympathize, but we empathize with our patients. We have to be able to put ourselves in their shoe. And I think that also is needed in becoming a lawyer, because otherwise, how are you going to be able to represent somebody if you don't even feel, right? If you're not connected. Because it's still, again, human interaction and connection. Well, not necessarily to really immerse in their experience, but at least you're able to understand their situation, right? And you'll be able to become a great representation of their situation if you are, right? So empathy, I think, is also needed. Do you agree?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That's right. Empathy is also needed, especially
Yeah.
that as I've said earlier, that people are problematic. They have problems.
Mhm.
They have problems, and then I think we have to empathize with them, but we should also not put ourselves in their like situations or their, because we have to be like
Yes,
objective
yes.
with what's stated in the law, what are
Yeah.
your grounds, what are the merits of your case. We really have to be
Mhm.
objective of it and be honest with the client if your evidence or your merits is good in court or not. So yeah,
Mhm.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I like that. The way you said objectivity is very important. Yes, because that's why I said we can empathize, but I think at an accurate level of
Mhm.
empathy. Because
Yeah.
and then, of course, since you are representing your client, you have empathy. At the same time, you have to be like tough and
Hmm.
that, right? Because representing them, so you have to be strong, and you have to be a good leader, you have to be a good speaker too, so you can express their situation, and you can, again, oh my god, I don't know much about law. It would be very interesting to really study the law, but otherwise, I mean, it's we wouldn't be here if lawyers are needed too. Lawyers in this world, we need a lot of lawyers, right? We need for everything, for every little case and all. So I salute you. I heard that your bar exam is coming up. So when is that?
Well, like the bar exam would be in September this
Hmm.
year. So yeah, it's really it's coming fast.
Okay, how are you preparing for it?
It's crazy. It's crazy, but yeah, I really don't want to give much pressure on myself. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'm on
Yeah.
it.
Nagsusunog ka ba ng kilay?
I rest when I need to. So
You know what? I think for me, piece of advice, it's not that I'm not saying you don't study, but I think you have to study, but you have to balance it. When I was a student, I wasn't the type of student who would really like study all night or whatever. Actually, I worked better under pressure, but I'm not
Mhm.
giving that as an advice as well. When no, don't cram, but you have to take a break because our brain can only absorb at a certain percentage of what you're studying. It's right.
That's
So
right.
yeah, so don't overdo it.
Mhm.
Sometimes the tendency too, if you are a test taker, if you're not a test taker, sometimes we over rationalize things. I think there's a strategy in test taking. If we
Mhm.
know too much, we tend to rationalize everything and we end up picking the wrong answer. Sometimes so they said that the first, whatever you think, sometimes that's the first that you thought was the right answer, usually is the right answer. As long as you
Yeah.
have the foundation, you studied and all that. So I think you're gonna do it. You're gonna pass with flying colors. I believe in
Well,
you.
well,
Yeah.
hopefully. I think I'd also want to add that I think it's important that you listen to your body.
Hmm.
When your body
Yes.
says you need to rest, you take a rest. When your body is on it, you have to do your best in taking all the lessons that you need to learn.
Hmm.
And yes, I think it's really important that you really have to listen to it because our body will tell us that something is really wrong if you're not taking good care of it.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in that too. It's good to prepare, but again, you have to take care of your body too. Because even no matter how much you read, you study, and everything, if you're not having enough sleep, if you're not eating right and everything, you might get sick and you end up not being able to take the exam. I hope that's not the case. But again, as I said, yes, balance it. Balance is very important in anything in this life. Work life, study life, balance is important. Anyway, we're going to go on our last break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about how you became a Lawin Media Network family or part of the family of Lawin. So we'll talk about your journey to finding or discovering Lawin, or how Lawin discovered Neska. So we'll see you after a short break.
For divorce and family law in Texas, Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC will guide you every step of the way.
From initial consultation to detailed review of your case and strategic planning.
We'll sit with you during negotiations or mediations, and represent you in court.
Whether it is a family law, estate planning, or immigration, we will be there to guide through the final steps.
So, leave your legal matters behind you and embrace your future.
You can contact Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC at 346-5454-346 or visit dizonlawfirm.com.
All right, we're back. We're back. Okay, there you go, Neska. I couldn't believe. See, it's fun, right? It's
Yes.
fun.
Just a
Yeah,
casual talk.
yeah, it's really fun. I mean, no pressure. We're like just chatting and thinking that it's even live, but who cares? People go live, they say things, and then, but we're trying to inspire people here. That's why we are called Be Bold. Anyhow, so how did you find Lawin, or how did Lawin find you?
Oh well, I came across Attorney Orly's profile in one of the Facebook group, so we're in it. And then yeah, I he said that I I scrolled through his profile and oh okay, they seem interesting. So and then I knew that they were looking for someone to help them. So yeah, I reached out, and then after that. Attorney Orly reached out to me and then sent me the application link, and then that's it. The rest is history.
Wow.
And that's when
Yeah,
they
kind of
found
like
me.
Neska, no? And then, I mean, sorry, Krisha. Because I think during that time too, she was trying to find something, and then here the opportunity just landed on her too, the same way you did when you both saw Attorney Orly's ad on Facebook. So, how has it been with Lawin so far?
Oh, with Lawin, it's been an amazing journey so far. I've
Mm-hmm.
been here for 9 months already, and
Mm-hmm.
everything's good. It's really fulfilling. It's a fulfilling journey with Lawin, especially that my job is to still write news,
Mm-hmm.
deliver news, report, and then also one thing that I'm very grateful for Attorney Orly and Attorney Eileen is that they gave me a column that I am able to interview people, those
Mm-hmm.
people considered as movers, shakers, and influencers in the community,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm able to talk to them, ask them questions, had conversation with them, and able to share their story to the people, inspire people, motivate people. That somehow and somewhere along the way, there's someone also going through the same experience as you have. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that's something that I am truly grateful for, being with Lawin, that I'm
Mm-hmm.
given that platform.
Mm-hmm.
I'm given the medium to share also my skills, my talents,
Mm-hmm.
and also being able to inspire people and being able to share the story of people who are inspiring people, motivating people, moving people,
Mm-hmm.
movers.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that's something that I am really truly grateful for.
Yeah, plus of course you are the anchor woman of Lawin Weekly News, right? So you know
Yes.
what? When you follow your dream and your passion, and if God created you to do those things, He's going to bring you the opportunities. He's going to bring you the people that will help fulfill that,
Yeah.
right? So, and imagine you are with Lawin Media Network, you are able to practice or put into practice your journalism degree. You are with, I mean, lawyers. These are lawyers who actually have connections here and back home. So you're also sad. I mean, the opportunity is there. I think I'm
Yes.
so proud of you. I'm so glad that Attorney Orly found you both. I mean, you and Krisha, and Lawin has made a difference in both of your lives. And I think that's the beauty of technology too. Who would have thought? I mean,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Who would have
Who would
thought
have
that,
thought?
yeah,
Yeah.
you are a journalist in the Philippines, but you are actually broadcasting for a media network in Texas. So everything is
Yes.
so possible now with technology, diba? So
Yeah.
imagine that. So oh my God, I'm so happy and I'm so glad, and it's a pleasure, and it's always an honor and pleasure to work with you as well. I'm blessed to have you and work with you. I know Lawin is fairly well, we're not that new anymore. We're a toddler. We're going into our terrible twos. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we're we're more prepared. We're ready to fly. We have grown. I mean, from one show, this is the first show of Lawin, Be Bold, Why Not? And as Attorney Eileen had shared when they were guests in the first week of this month, you know, Be Bold, Why Not actually represents Lawin, because Lawin boldly took the step to open up a media network here in Houston, Texas, the first online media news for the Filipino American community here in Texas. So we're so proud to be part of Lawin, and I'm so blessed to have met you as well. So now, where do you see yourself? It's like pang Miss Universe talaga. We're unscripted, so whatever comes into my mind depending on what we're talking about. But where do you see yourself in Lawin in the next 5 years, Neska?
Well, I really want to stay with Lawin in the next 5 years of my life. Being with Attorney Eileen, being with Attorney Orly, and some of the people that I've already met virtually. I think I really want to stay here because those are amazing people that I think I can call as also as my mentor.
Mhm,
They shared a lot of insights and ideas with me, and those things are priceless for me.
mhm,
Hindi ko makikita 'yun sa ibang tao eh, from other bosses eh. Kasi
mhm,
some would see others as threat, but here
mhm,
parang ang healthy na relationship with my
mhm,
bosses and my colleagues.
mhm.
And ayun, I'm really thankful for them. And I think I really want to stay with Lawin Media Network for as long as they want me. So
Okay,
so
yes.
so yeah, I want to grow here. I want to grow here in Lawin.
Wow, that's amazing. Lawin is gonna soar high. That's why we're called Lawin, right?
Yeah,
So,
yes.
yeah, and we're all gonna go soar high together. Nobody's gonna be left behind. Wow, parang magkakandidato na tayo, no? Anyway, nobody's gonna be left behind. We're all gonna soar high together. I know I'm blessed to have found Lawin, and again,
Mhm.
as I said, if not because of Lawin, I wouldn't be doing this. And I wanted to be a journalist. I wanted to be a broadcaster. I am a speaker by heart. I mean, I grew up in public speaking, and Lawin has just given me this opportunity, has given me this platform. So I give my all to Lawin too. I mean, it's not easy. I have a full-time job. I work 10-hour days and all that. But when it comes to Lawin, my show, I've actually given up every other organization that I've been a part of because I want to concentrate on this. And of course, I got to take care of myself. I'm on my 50s. So, as you said, we got to take care of our body too. Now, Neska, how do you see yourself as a lawyer? Now, this is something as a lawyer, you're about to pass your bar exam. So how do you see yourself as a lawyer in the next coming years?
Well, I want to practice here in the Philippines first, help people, serve the country. So ayun, so far I still don't have a exact plan or definite plan yet, but yeah, my plan first is to really pass the bar exam. So ayun.
Yes, yes. And I know you will. I know you will. And you know what? Sometimes when we're not really planning it or thinking about it, something, an opportunity will just land in your lap. Especially if you believe in God's, plan that whatever we do in life, we may not be following it 100% in the beginning, or we may not be sensitive to what our calling is, but I think if it's for you, it's for you, right?
Yeah.
So, you know what? I failed to read the comments when we came back after our last break. Can we just read the last comments before we? Oh, okay. Attorney Eileen, that's why Be Bold is Lawin's flagship. Thank you so much, Attorney Eileen. And I love the conversation and seeing Nesca smile, different from when she's broadcasting on Lawin News. Alright, and then we have Margie Castro. Yes, Ma'am MJ, kung may talent ka, gamitin mo para sa inspirasyon mo, para maipakita yung kaya mong gawin, Ma'am Nesca. It's very true. And every single one of us, there's something special. So you better, take that ownership and show it to the world because somebody's waiting to see it. Any other comments that we have? Let's see. All right. I think that's it. But Julia Reyes. Yes, tama po Ma'am MJ. Mas importante po ang talent and respect. Yes, very important. And we have JCC. Yes po Ma'am MJ, tama ka po. Okay. Yeah, maraming salamat sa inyong mga comments. Our dear viewers, our very loyal viewers. Now, Nesca, what piece of advice would you give to our viewers out there, the lessons, like the greatest life lessons? I know you're still young, you still have a long way to go, but you've reached this stage in your life and you've learned along the way, you've gained wisdom. So what life lessons can you share to our viewers right now who are listening?
Well, siguro whenever you feel lost, it's okay because we all are lost in our in our lives at some point. And I just want to borrow the words that I got from Sir Bobby Reyes, also the one I interviewed also for my column, Risk Shakers and Influencers. That ito kasi yung sobrang nagtatak sa akin when I was writing his story. When he said that it's okay to have a plan, but be prepared to whatever life will throw at you. Be prepared to be flexible and to adapt to things, because we may plan a lot, we may plan ahead, but pag iba yung way na binigay sa'yo or sa ibang landas ka mapupunta, you don't have a choice but to adapt and be flexible and grow on it. And then you just really have to be part of it and thrive. And yun siguro yun yung the things that I learned also sa life, sa work, and sa other people that I worked with. So yun, I think you really have to adapt to the things na nangyayari sa buhay natin.
That's right, that's very true. In life there's nothing that's fixed.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the only two things that are fixed or that are certain in life, not two, but there's probably a few, but we are born and we're going to die, right? But in between, everything is is like we don't know. There's nothing fixed. That's why we have to be flexible. And the other thing that's real and constant is change. We're all going to change. There's all going to be changes in life. You're going to go through different stages. And we have to take courage in every step of those, or every stage or every chapter of your life. Because if you don't, as you said, when you feel lost, it's okay. We all go through
Yeah.
that. Because it's in those moments that we actually try to search ourselves. It only means we're not there yet. We're not at our best. We haven't become the person that God has created us to be. That's why we search, we long, we want to be more, we want to be greater. But we're not doing it just for us, but we're doing it to become more of a blessing and that to help impact other people's lives. So anyhow, it's been a pleasure having you, Neska, and I'm truly, truly grateful that you chose to spend your hour with us with Be Bold, Why Not, and inspire our viewers. Now let's find out who the winner of our game for tonight. Wow, that's a lot of comments. All right, we have a winner. Congratulations, Julia Reyes. Just send me a message on Messenger and you'll get your prize. Thank you. Again, Neska, thank you for joining us tonight. And again, good luck on your exam. Claim it.
Thank you,
You
MJ.
ma- Claim it and manifest. Okay. If you put your mind into it, it will happen. Of course, you work also, but don't overwork, don't over review. Take care of yourself. And I promise. I know God will make you pass. God is watching over you. You'll do great, and take care. Okay, to all our viewers out there, thank you again for watching Be Bold, Why Not? Join us again next week here at Be Bold, Why Not? Good night, everyone. Go out there, take control of your life, take that big step, take that one step to make you a better person, and be bold. Good night. Bye, everyone.